Find the x-intercepts, the y-intercept, and the vertex of the parabola given by this quadratic equation. Y is equal to 3x squared minus 19x plus 20. So first, let's work on the x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts are when the graph crosses the x-axis, and when that happens, y is equal to 0. So replacing y with 0 in the top equation, we get 0 is equal to 3x squared minus 19x plus 20. So then you can use the quadratic formula to try to factor this out, or you can try to factor it out using the usual method. So what we end up getting is 3x minus 5 is negative 15. X minus 4 is negative 19. Okay, so I get 3x minus 4 times x minus 5. And if you're never sure, you should always check. So, boiling this out, this becomes 3x squared minus 15x minus 4x plus 20. So we did a good job here. Good for us. So now that's equal to 0, and then using the zero factor property, we get that 3x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. So then solving for x on both, we get x is equal to 4 over 3 here, or x is equal to 5. So now writing the x-intercepts in terms of the ordered pairs x comma y, in both cases y is going to be 0, right? Because that's what it means to be an x-intercept. So the coordinates for the x-intercept are 4/3, comma 0, and 5, comma 0. Okay, so we got the x-intercepts, and now we should find the y-intercept. So, like the x-intercepts, y is equal to 0. For the y-intercept, actually there's only one, since functions can only cross the y-axis once. The y-intercept is going to be when x is equal to 0. So, writing the equation again, which is y is equal to 3x squared minus 19x plus 20, what we have to do now is replace all the x's we see with zeros. So y is equal to 3 times 0 squared minus 19 times 0 plus 20. These two zeros make those first two terms go away. So we get that y is equal to 20. So then writing the y-intercept in terms of the ordered pair x comma y, we get that x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 20. And then finally, we want to find the vertex. So recall that the x-coordinate for the vertex is given by negative b over 2a when we're talking about the function, the equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to y. Well, the quadratic equation we're looking at is 3x squared minus 19x plus 20 is equal to y, right? So in this case, we have a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 19, and then c is equal to 20. So using this formula, then we get that the x-coordinate of the vertex is going to be minus b, so minus negative 19, over 2 times a, which is 3. So this becomes 19 over 6, and since 19 is a prime number, then we can't reduce this any further. So now, this is only the x-coordinate of the vertex. So now we need to find the y-coordinate of the vertex so that we can have the ordered pair. And how to find the y-coordinate? You have to plug x is equal to 19 over 6 into our quadratic equation. 3x squared minus 19x plus 20, and then we have to solve for y. So let's do that, and this is going to get slightly complicated here. So we're going to have y is equal to 3 times 19 over 6 squared minus 19 times 19 over 6 plus 20. So simplifying a little bit, this is going to be 3 times 19 squared over 36 minus 19 squared over 6 plus 20. I'm going to leave those 19 squareds alone for now, and I'll figure it out in just a little bit. But for now, let's see if we can do this without use of the calculator. So multiplying this 3, we get 3 times 19 squared over 36 minus 19 squared over 6 plus 20. So now what we have to do is use the LCD and get these denominators canceled. Or sorry, get all these denominators to become common so that we can combine the numerators, right? Because if we have a over b plus c over b, the result's going to be a plus c over that common denominator, which is b. So we want to get everything to look like the LCD, which in this case is 36, right? So 36 is fine. For here we need 6. Actually, let me do that in a different color, just to sort of illustrate what's going on. And then here, we want to multiply the top and bottom by 36. And then this is becoming a very cumbersome exercise, but let's keep going. So we have 3 times 19 squared over 36 minus 6 times 19 squared over 6 plus 20 times 36 over 36. So this becomes 3 times 19 squared minus 6 times 19 squared plus 20 times 36 over 36, which is the common denominator. So to simplify, we want to simplify each of these terms up there. So on our handy calculators, if you don't feel like doing it on paper, we have 3 times 19 squared, which is 1083, and then 6 times 19 squared, which is 2166, and then finally we have 20 times 36, which is going to be 720, and that's all over 36. And then finally, combining those numerators, we get 1083. I'm plugging this into my calculator. Minus 2166 plus 720. I'm getting negative 363 over 36. So that's the y-coordinate of the vertex, which is a pretty sort of nasty number, but we got it. So finally, we want to write down the vertex in terms of the ordered pair x comma y. So what was our x value? It was 19 over 6. And here we get negative 363 over 36, which probably reduces, but let's leave it like that. So now we found the vertex, the x-intercept, and the y-intercept.